You are now listening to the Gospel of Alex. Alex, drop those scriptures. Church is in session.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex. Shout out to the Elite Fleet. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can become a member of Elite Fleet. And today I want to talk about how achieving things are easy, but maintaining things are hard, and why complacency is a killer in life and relationships. Because what a lot of people don't understand is it's harder to maintain something than it is just to achieve it, right? So like, let's say, for example, it's hard to win a championship in sports, right? But what's harder than winning a championship? Being a dynasty, meaning winning multiple championships, right? Some people have a hard time getting into a relationship, but for the most part, most people don't really have a hard time getting into a relationship, but they have a hard time maintaining a relationship, getting to the point of marriage. Okay, most people, they'll go out, they might get a nice place, right? Or they might get a nice car. We've all heard the story. It's tax season. Somebody goes out, gets a nice BMW, gets a nice Mercedes Benz, but then you see them 6 months to a year later, the car done got repossessed. Okay, they move into the penthouse. You see them a year later, they've been kicked out of the penthouse. They've been evicted. They can't keep it up. And what I want to talk about is, it's just as important to be able to maintain something as it is to be able to achieve something in the first place. All right, being able to keep something up. All right, but so many people, like I said, they'll do the work to get the girl. They get the girl, then they lose the girl. And oftentimes you ask, well, how did you lose the girl? Simple, because they got complacent. They got her, they got used to having her, they got used to being with her, sleeping with her, eating her food, whatever the case may be. And so they stopped doing what it took to get the woman in the first place, and then they lose the woman. And vice versa, the same thing for a woman with a man. You get the man, and then all of a sudden you get comfortable. You stop doing the things that got you the man, and you lose the man. This is why people get divorced. This is why you see some people get fired. This is why you see people get evicted, like I said, and repossessed. And like, people ask me all the time. They'll say, okay, Alex, you living, all right, on a rooftop downtown, right? You've got 2 vehicles, you got 2 phones, you got all this stuff. Why are you still grinding so hard? Why are you still waking up at 5 a.m. and grinding until like 8 or 9 p.m. Well, it's simple. Because I don't want to lose the stuff that I have. I don't want to lose the stuff that I have. See, I understand something that I try to preach to the men and the women who watch this channel all the time, right? If you know what it took to get something, assume that's what it's going to take to keep it, right? So if you got a woman, for example, by constantly courting the woman, why would you get into the relationship with her or get into a marriage with her and then stop courting? No. If you were taking her on 2 dates every month, you need to continue to take her on 2 dates every month, okay? If you was laying that pipe, you need to continue laying that pipe. If you've been cooking and cleaning for your man, you need to continue cooking and cleaning for your man. It's not okay to get lazy. This is why I don't like the idea of a relationship weight. People be like, oh, you know, I'm happy in a relationship, so now I'm gaining weight. Nah, you didn't come in at that size. So why do you now think it's okay to blow up to a certain size? Now, obviously, if you're aging, that's different. You know, if you become pregnant, that's different. But once the pregnancy's over, right, and if you're not aging, why isn't it expected for you to maintain what he came in? Keep the same package that was brought. And that goes both ways. It's the same thing with your work ethic. That's why I'm saying in life and relationships, all right? Whatever you had to do to put yourself on the rooftop downtown, to get yourself 2 phones, to get yourself 2 cars, to get yourself the penthouse, whatever it is that you have, right? To make it so that you can put all your bills on auto pay and not have to worry about it, you have to maintain that same level of grind. You have to, until it gets to a point where it's residual. You have to maintain that same level of grind, because the minute you say, okay, I got everything I want, now I'm gonna relax, now I'm gonna chill. Well, what happens when you chill? If you stop putting the hours in the gym, your body's gonna go back to looking the way it did before you were working out. You stop eating right, your body's gonna go back to looking the way it did before you started eating right and working out, right? You stop putting in the same hours at work, you're gonna make less money. You guys understand what I'm saying to you? Eventually that's gonna catch up to you, and everything you worked so hard to get, you're gonna have to rework to maintain it or rework to get it back. And this is a topic that's important to me, because when I was younger, I used to have this problem. Right? It was easy for me to... There's a Nas lyric that's one of my favorite lyrics that goes, oh, you went platinum, yeah, that's nice. But let me see you do the same thing twice, 3 times, 4 times, then a couple more times. Until then, you're amateur night, this is showtime, right? When I was younger, I used to have a problem, for example, with I would be able to get anything I want, right? Once you make a certain amount of money, you just know how to make it. So when I was in college, I was making over $55,000 a year. through sales because I just knew how to do that, right? And so I would have a problem when I'd get out there, I'd make all that money, right? And then I'd get comfortable, I'd get complacent. I'll be honest with you guys, I'd chill, not be putting in the same work, right? Like I used to be an athlete in college even. I'm just now getting my body back. Why? Because I was making a bunch of money, I started eating bad, I stopped hitting the gym. Then you gotta work twice as hard to get everything back before you lose it. And this is a problem I used to run into all the time when I was younger. Okay, now I'm behind, and let me put it back together. Okay, now I'm behind, let me put it back together. And there's a talent and a skill to even being able to get behind on something and be able to put it back together. But I realized, I'm like, look, if I just keep doing what I'm doing, I never have to put it back together. It'll just always be there, right? And I know a lot of people, I can't be the only one who used to struggle with that. Okay, I'm good, I got everything I want, now I'm gonna kick it back into low gear. Nah, pump it up into high gear. Pump it up, keep adding in and pumping it up, right? Like I took the time to start a film production company. I can't then be like, okay, I started it, I made one movie, I ain't gonna make nothing else. No, I'm working on a sitcom right now. I can't be like, oh yeah, I started my financial consulting business. I got a couple of clients, now I'm chilling. Nah, I'm always trying to acquire new clients, right? Because the more clients I acquire, the more residuals I get. Then I'll be able to work myself to a point where I can chill, right? I'm not gonna come on YouTube, okay, I got 1,000 subscribers in less than 2 years, now I'm gonna chill. Nah, I gotta keep applying the same exact pressure. Because if I chill, I go out of the algorithm. If I go out of the algorithm, now I gotta work twice as hard to get the algorithm back up. And that's what people don't understand. People see, and this is why I go back to all the time, where I was like, people see the fruits of your labor, but they don't see the labor, and then they think that it's easy. This is why I tell people the same thing with relationships. Relationships are hard work, because to make them work, you have to maintain whatever you were putting into it. Even when the love starts to fade. Okay, even when you get a little bit older, so it gets a little bit harder to keep up the same energy, you have to keep up the same energy. And it's deeper than owing it to your partner, it's also owing it to yourself. You owe it to yourself to maintain that lifestyle that you worked so hard to get. You owe it to yourself to maintain that relationship that you worked so hard to get. Don't let complacency, don't let, okay, I want to chill now, take you out. I always tell people all the time, all right? Find yourself in your 20s, grind in your 30s. I'm in my 30s right now, that's why I'm grinding so hard, right? So you could chill in your 40s. Everything by your 40s could be on autopilot, but that's only going to happen if you grind throughout your 30s. You can only grind throughout your 30s if you find your purpose and your passion in your 20s. A lot of people say, oh, I'm waiting until I'm 40-something to get married. Well, who wants to spend their time in their 40s getting to know someone and building that lifestyle? You could already have it on autopilot. You could already have it on autopilot by then. So the real message that I want to get across in this video, guys, is attaining things is nice. Achieving success is nice, right? But the true mark of a man or a woman is being able to maintain whatever it is you achieve. Can you win multiple MVPs? Okay, can you be the best receiver in the league multiple times? Can you be the top sales rep at your location multiple times? Can you be the top president's club at your company multiple times? All right, you got to 1,000 subscribers. Can you get 10? Can you get 100K? Can you get 1 million? Keep challenging yourself, because as long as you're challenging yourself, you always get better. The minute you say, okay, that's good. Okay, I did that. Okay, that's over. The minute you say that, in a best case scenario, you'll level yourself off. But in the worst case scenario, you will begin to fall off. And then you got to play catch up. And the older you get, the harder it is to catch up. You want to get to a point where you're stacking success. You don't want to get to a point where you're trying to rebuild previous success that you've already had. So keep your pedal to the metal. And then, like I said, whatever you did to obtain the relationship, to obtain the job, to obtain the lifestyle, whatever it is that you do, keep applying that same pressure. The same pressure at bare minimum. Really, I say pump it up. I say pump it up. I say apply more pressure. But at the bare minimum, keep applying the same pressure. So that way you don't never have to work twice as hard to rebuild what you lost. You never lose anything if you keep applying the same pressure. I repeat, you never lose anything if you keep applying the same pressure. Do not let complacency lower your lifestyle, ruin your relationships, or just mess up your life in general. All right, that's my TED Talk for today. I am Alex, and I am out. Peace.